Well, with the future of their company at a critical juncture, it is hard to know who to trust in the always secretive Roy family of HBO's Succession.
Yeah, that includes General Counsel Gerri, played by J. Smith Cameron, who's venturing into uncharted waters with one of the Roys. Take a look.
I'll email you. It's genius.
No. You're not building a ride that you came up with on your first day of management training, Roman.
Well, you should. I am an ideas fountain.
You're acting like an overexcited little boy.
Well, the rest of that clip wasn't really able to be seen on daytime TV. We're going to get to that later, but J. Smith Cameron joins us now. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it gets a little dirty after that. We had to cut it out a little bit. But let's talk first about congratulations, because the show is not only up for an Emmy nomination for Best Drama in just a few weeks, but also renewed for season 3 already. You know, I imagine you jump into a show, you sign on, you don't know what's going to happen to it, and you just kind of hope for the best. Well, this one is off to the races now.
Yeah,
it must be pretty amazing to be part of the show.
Oh, it's a very heady experience. It's thrilling.
And such an amazing cast, too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The cast is superb.
So for those who have not seen this show yet, describe to us what the show is about and the Roy family and who you play.
Okay. Well, the Roys have a big media conglomerate, huge media conglomerate, and it's run very much by the patriarch of the family, Logan Roy, Brian Cox's character. And there is some question about when he'll step down and who will take his spot. And the siblings are always jockeying to be in that position, and also just to be in his favor.
Yeah.
It's a very dysfunctional family. And then around that is this huge organization with many executives kind of doing the same thing on an outer, orbit.
Yeah, and Daddy's had some health issues, which adds to
That's right. It all starts with him having a stroke at the end of the very first episode of season 1.
Yeah.
And then so it seems imminent that someone will take over. And then that's where the fun begins.
The power struggle begins.
You're the business attorney.
Yeah, I'm the general counsel for the
Yeah. You know, one article says that the true heroes of the show are the women on this show.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, what's your take on that?
Well, as I said, it's almost like the textbook definition of a patriarchy. I mean, it's literally the patriarch, the father of the family, is running things, and the force of his personality. He's such a bull. He's such a tyrant.
Yes.
That it's a particularly autocratic setup. So it's like a really egregious example of a patriarchy. So the women, what I think is so clever that the writers did is they wrote these very specific characters. There are no cliches, there's no, to my mind, there's no types. And they've cast it very interestingly. Like they've cast sort of unusual, I think, like no one seems like a typical, I don't feel like I embody the typical Barracuda lawyer like you can see on a, everyone's sort of a little bit outside the expectation, and I think that makes for a really edgy, interesting, specific. And then when they're really specific, real characters, then I think they come off like, oh, how do those women really function? It's not what we're used to seeing. It's like real individuals thinking on their feet. How they're going to manage this.
Well, fans say that you are the master of reactions, and Gerri has her own Twitter, her eyebrows has her own Twitter account.
I saw that.
Are you aware of this? Do you follow
it? Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. I got a kick out of that.
Has it impacted or made you think about the way that you react to things on camera?
That brought to my attention last year. I think it's just fun that she's kind of in the middle of all the Sturm und Drang that goes on in the company.
Yeah.
But I imagine she's kind of fun for the audience because she's the one having the reactions to how stupid everything is.
It's like what you would be doing if you were in the room.
Exactly. She's at least one person is some
She's
kind
the normal person.
The normal person is going, oh my God. And also she, particularly from the offspring, the sons and Shiv too, the daughter, she's really not having it. Like she's just completely.
And we hinted at the top of the show, like something kind of scandalous happens between you and Kieran's character. When you read that, were you shocked that she went there? Like that it went there, but
I was shocked.
You feel a little bit of that through the first season.
Yeah, I think there is some kind of rapport between Roman and Gerri from the very beginning, and it was helped because Kieran and I have known each other for a while and worked on some other projects together. So I think maybe that was there. And there was one nice thing about that show is that they often will just leave the camera running, so that they don't necessarily use that, but they'll let you improv a pass at the scene, or just keep the camera rolling and see what you would do after the dialogue ends. So sometimes Kieran and I would really have a lot of repartee, and I think they picked up on that. I'm not sure. You'd have to ask them, but that's what it felt like. But then as to that specific question, we were shooting the scene in Japan where Gerri and Roman are trying to, do damage control for his crazy satellite that he set off. That was a disaster. And the director, just cozy up to him, like get closer when we're looking at an iPad together. She said, get closer, a little foreshadowing and action. And we did it, and afterwards we kind of was like,
what?
What do you mean foreshadowing? And he's like, oh my God, has no one told you? And so then I kind of knew that they were experimenting with this idea, but again, you never know what's going to really take off.
So more to come with that.
Yeah, so you can catch Succession Sunday nights at 9 p.m. on HBO. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.